What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Mike Thomas's Garage. We're out here this evening trying to get everything finished up and ready to go. The motor is all ready to go, ready to get put back in, installed in the boat. So that is on tomorrow's agenda. So I'm hoping by the end of tomorrow, probably about between 3 and 4 o'clock, the motor is set back in the boat. And hopefully it's all hooked up, plumbed, everything all plumbed back up, ready to go. Distributor all phased in on number one and all that. So that's on tomorrow's agenda. So tomorrow's going to be it's going to be a long day tomorrow. I got to run down. I got to get the core for the intercooler. So that's in. So I have to go down to I got to go down to Colorado Springs, pick that up, and then come back. And I should be back to the house probably around hopefully 10 o'clock or before 10 o'clock. And that way, once I get back here, we'll get this moved out of the way and get the boat moved out of the way, get that all hooked up, ready to go, and we can get this stabbed in tomorrow and all hooked up. I'm going to go ahead and start taking this apart tonight. I know I mentioned in the last video that I was going to show you this after the motor is in, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get a head start on it tonight and get the core pulled out of it. Kind of give this part all a once over look over and everything. So that way, as soon as the motor's in, so the motor's going to be put in first and get that all situated, get that all set up and hooked up. And then that way, once I get that all done, then it's a matter of getting the core put back in this, hook this up, get all the fittings put back in it. I don't have to take any fittings off, these fittings here off, but at least these two right here will have to be taken off and all that. So I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to show you guys that video. I'm going to do that. That's going to be on this video of me taking this apart. And then that way, at least tomorrow, once the core is here, I can get it slapped, and then I can get it slapped back in and hook that all up and then get it set back on the motor. So that will happen. I will put it all back together after the motor is set in the boat and get everything all hooked up there. And then once that's done, then we can get the intercooler, blower, linkage, carburetors, all that stuff hooked up, all the fuel lines hooked up, and hopefully by the end of tomorrow we can get the fuel system primed, check the fuel regulator, check the fuel pressure, make sure everything's still working, and just double check everything was fine before. We just had the issue with the intercooler, but I always go through my checks every time that this boat comes down. So yeah, we'll just go through and get everything all hooked back up, ready to go, and then that way Monday, it's going to be about 73, 74 degrees on Monday and stuff, and we'll pull this out, get it fired up, go through the checks and all that, and we should be good to go. So for that being said, so yeah, the reason I'm doing it on Monday instead of Sunday is that I have another vehicle that I need to work on and get done. So that's going to be Sunday's project to get that done and finished up, and then we'll start this up on Monday. So that's a plan. So for that being said, let's go ahead and get into pulling the core out of here and going from there and seeing else, just getting everything else ready to go. So other than that, that's pretty much about it. I did get my oil. You guys seen it. It's the same oil that I put in it before, the Royal Purple 2050. And then I got my oil filter. So I'll get that all put back on, and I'll do all that tomorrow once the motor's in the boat and all that. So for that being said, let's go ahead and get this core out of this intercooler and get everything cleaned up, ready to go. And that'll probably be it for this. So but right now, let's go ahead and get the core for the intercooler taken out and show you guys that process.
I used to smoke. I thought it helped relieve my stress. But then I had open heart surgery. My tip is find healthy ways to cope with stress, because open heart surgery is pretty stressful. You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT NOW. Our day at the office. I put a barrel back in here. Use the spare parts of 2 majors.
All right, so right there is the intercooler core. Just slides right in there. So yeah, I just had to pull the two fittings out right here that screws into this. The new one, I believe, comes with the O-rings right here. And then we'll have the gasket right here. We'll have that one. And then we'll have the gasket that goes on the back of that one. I'll double check everything. I should have it. So the core that I do have that came with this has come from the blower shop. Because that's where the blower intake, the intercooler came from, was from the blower shop. So if you do have this intercooler and this blower, the TBS blower, the 14.7 root style blower, go through the blower shop. They have all the cores to replace this for that. So we do have that coming. Or I do have that here. I got to go down again. I have to go down to the Colorado Springs to pick it up because I had a buddy order that for me and got that coming. So should have that tomorrow. So that wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that, but no big deal. So that's done. We'll get everything cleaned up. I'll get all the screws cleaned up, and then we will go ahead. This will be ready to reinstall the new one tomorrow, and we should be all set to put the intercooler and stuff on tomorrow and after the motor's set in. So that's the whole process to pull that out. It was new to me, for me too as well. So we'll just go ahead and get that done for this time, and hopefully we should not have any more issues. And for anybody that does this and you let it sit, especially in a place that's not heated, always make sure the water's drained out of it, because that's what happened with this one. Is it didn't get drained, and it set in an airplane hangar, and it did not get drained, and it froze. So stuff happens. So just for if you're storing something like this in a place that doesn't have a heater, just drain the water out of it, and you guys should be good for that. So stuff happens. So we should be good to go now once I get the new one tomorrow, and we'll get this slapped in there and have no problems. So I just wanted to show you guys that, and then going back together, it's just going to be the same way I took it apart. Just put it back in and screw everything down and put the fittings back in it, and that's it. So just wanted to show you guys that tonight and all of that. I don't think there's really anything else. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get this finished up and trying to see if there's anything else. So that's pretty much about it. Just going to be a quick little video tonight on the intercooler and all that. So once I get the new intercooler, I'll also show that in the video too on getting that installed and going back together with that, and then we can finish getting it put on and hooked up tomorrow. So that's the plan. Tomorrow, again, we should have this thing ready to go and ready to fire up and all that by Monday. So and then I think that's pretty much about it. So that's just the update. Motor's going back in tomorrow, and we'll be ready for firing the whole second attempt on Monday. So I feel like we should be pretty good this time. No issues. Thankful the motor's not hurt and not damaged and everything. So I primed through the motor, got the oil all done, and like I said, it's all put back together. Plugs are all put back in. It's set up on the timing. I got it all set up there in the crank trigger and the initial timing that we have in that. And then whenever we retard the timing, it'll be all done off of that right there. So that's pretty much it. Again, it's just kind of a short little video. I appreciate you guys watching, and please like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot, and so we can grow this channel and all that. So, and like I said, I got some other things that I would like to do, and we'll see what the future holds. And if everything goes good for the boat stuff, camping and lake stuff, There's something else that I would like to try to do with the boat stuff and all that. So that'll probably get brought up later down the road and all that. So again, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next video on getting the motor put in and getting it all situated, installed, and you see my process of putting this thing back together. So again, thank you guys, and really appreciate every single one of you guys watching. It really means a lot, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.